All right, welcome to this episode of the Sullivan Sports Show. I'm your host, Kevin Sullivan, and today we've got a short and a sweet topic. We are going to be discussing my thoughts on Kawhi Leonard and his potential destinations for the NBA offseason and where he will most likely go. It is currently June 24th, 2019, and it's been about 2 weeks since the Toronto Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors 4-2 in the NBA Finals. Let's start off with the most likely options that Kawhi can go to this offseason. In my opinion, he is most likely to go to the Clippers in LA, but I think he will stay in Toronto. And then we have also going to LA, but the Lakers and not the Clippers. So my thoughts for the Clippers and Kawhi going there. The Clippers, they've got a great front office and a great general manager in Michael Winger. They also have a great head coach, Doc Rivers, and amazing role players and potentially another star, because people who wouldn't want to go to Kawhi and be in LA at the same time. They're just a super stable and well-run organization, and it would be amazing to see Kawhi go there, and I think it would be very interesting and very fun to watch. And that is the place that I think Kawhi will most likely end up going to. Next, we have his option to stay in Toronto. Now, in Toronto, the whole country loves him. He is a huge star. He's not only representing a team or a city, he's representing the whole country. He basically made the NBA bigger than hockey. I mean, that's pretty arguable, but come on. It's insane. Like, I know you couldn't count viewership for, like, Fox or whatever, CBS from Canada, but, man, they probably had a ton of people watching. It's the most money he can get, and he already lost 80 million from leaving the Spurs, and he'll be losing 30 million more if he leaves Toronto. It's just, why would you want to? You could have so much money. He's also getting offered a multi-million-dollar penthouse or house or something to stay in Toronto, and he will also be able to eat wherever he wants, basically, for free. Because again, the whole country loves him. He is a superstar, and they really want him to stay. I mean, he just led them by himself. Well, they did have really great role players. I will say that they had some great they had Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, Kyle Lowry, very great players. But Kawhi really carried them there in the NBA Finals, winning 4-2. I mean, yeah, people will say the injuries got to them as well, but in focusing on Canada, he is the person who led them to their first ever NBA title, and they do not want him to leave. Finally, Kawhi going to the Lakers. This is, in my opinion, the least likely option, and I do not see Kawhi going here, but it's still an option nonetheless that we should be talking about. Kawhi is a do-it-all guy. He can do everything. He's a very great offensive and defensive player. He could arguably be the best in the league in both combined. He would want to take a break from the long season. If he goes to the Lakers, he wouldn't have to play every night because they have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and then Kawhi. That's an amazing big three. He wouldn't have to play every night. They could all take breaks. It would be really good for them, especially coming up to the postseason. Let's see, what else? He would potentially slip into the number 2 or 3 role behind Anthony Davis. He might not want that. He might want the lead role. It all depends on how he would want to manage his time, and so his body is ready for the postseason. Even then, it's 82 games, so who knows? Maybe he would want to be the 2 or the 3, but I highly doubt it. And he would probably only want to go because he really wants to be in LA and the big market and try to get sponsorship deals and a new shoe deal, not being on New Balance now. He wouldn't want to be on that. But then why would he not want to go to the Clippers? Because they're just so... I mean, I guess they would have a star, but Kawhi could go to the Clippers and then have, like, D'Angelo Russell maybe that could happen or something like that. That would be insane. That'd be really fun to watch. But regardless, yeah, why would he not want to go to the Clippers, who are just more stable and everything, and LA seems to be just going all in and maybe not even having a bench. But who knows? Regardless, I don't think he'd want to go to the Lakers. That's really quick. That's going to wrap up this episode. Those are my 3 options that I think Kawhi Leonard is going to go to in the offseason. He's either going to go to the Clippers, which I think is most likely. But in my opinion, I believe, you can hold me accountable to this, put it on record, whatever. I think he will firmly stay in Toronto, and because he is really going to want that money, especially seeing how long. And it's the only place that he's going to really be able to take all the time off. Like, he took 22 games, I think, last season off, and Toronto will be fine with that. But if he were to go to LA, they're going to want to play every game to get all the seats taken up, all the tickets sold, etc. Toronto, they just want to make it to the postseason and win another title. But again, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Sullivan Sports Show. You can follow me on Instagram at Kevin Sullivan TSSS and on Twitter at Kevin Sull TSSS. I'm your host, Kevin Sullivan. I will see you guys in the next episode.